What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy. You feel what I'm saying? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We are going to hit 500 subscribers, nigga. We're gonna hit that on everything I love, nigga. Word. We hit that. Yo, oh, what on, son? Yo, oh, what on, son? Yo, oh, what on, son? But look though. Today we got a new video. You feel what I'm saying? We hit 200 subscribers. W200. We're just grinding, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This year, I'm trying to make this thing happen. You feel me? For myself, for y'all niggas, for everybody. I'm gonna make this shit happen. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We on the road to 500 subscribers, obviously. After 500, 10 down. Okay, gents. This is why the boy child's left behind. Let's see.
Social media was sparked about the boy child being left behind, and I don't really know where that conversation started, but I was very interested in it, and I think there's a lot of people that gave interesting perspectives. Basically, the conversation was about how the boy child is not doing well in the education system. They're not doing well in class, they are not graduating, they are not going to school, they are not getting the jobs. The girlies, no matter what age group they're in, are thriving in both education and the working industry. As you
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, girls, when it comes to education, girls cook that shit. I'm not gonna lie. Whether education, in terms of jobs, it depends which jobs. You feel what I'm saying? If it's office jobs, females are cooking that shit. Females. But if it's outside work, I don't think females are cooking outside work. But a lot of office jobs, like sitting jobs, like, bro, females are like, it's like they're like magnetic to information, bro. I don't know why, but females are smarter than niggas nowadays. Facts. That's facts, bro.
Back to the past, just so that I can have an understanding of what was happening at that time and how that could have contributed to it.
But your audio is so low.
If there's anything that we have changed in society or have not valued that happened in the past that has led to us being at this point. But also in general, I just love the past because it helps us understand the present. From the very beginning, ever since humanity and civilization started, patriarchy was always leading. Patriarchy was the foundation of our system.
Patrioting. See, my sister, I went to a Sotho speaking private school. You understand? So when I got the patriarchy, SS.
Society. What is patriarchy? Patriarchy is male dominance. Patriarchy is men leading society. Men were leading families, communities, countries, and they were building civilization. So because of that, men were a very, very important gender in our society. And as a result, young boys were prioritized. Young boys were the ones raised to do everything. Society was constantly pouring onto young boys so that they can build civilization, so that they can go out, fight for the country, lead the world, lead families. So that's why they were getting the education, they were getting the respect, they were getting the affirmation, they were getting the societal attention. And what were the girls doing? They were at home helping out, cooking, cleaning, waiting for a man to come and marry them one day so that they can go and start a family. Women were not necessary for the progression of the world and for the progression of civilization and society. They were just necessary for populating the world and making sure that new leaders, new young men that can lead, provide, protect are born. Another thing that I found interesting is that a lot of the times when I listen to these older men speak, whether he's speaking at a conference or he's a pastor, they always have a military background. Because at that time, every 18-year-old boy was shipped into the military. You had to go and fight for your country. It was a necessity. No boy child had a choice. Every family understood that it was expected of them. When it comes to the military, we have an idea of how it was like there because they tell us all the time that it was very rough. It was a rough environment. Only the toughest survived, and when you come out, you don't come out the same. You don't come out weak.
Facts.
You are very strong mentally, emotionally. There was no comfort there. It was just violence, harsh environment, and tough life.
You think? I don't think any man, when they go to the military for like war, like if they actually go to war, cause bro, you gotta understand, like, have y'all seen niggas that have gone to war before, or people who have been in like military war, they have like that PTSD. All of a sudden he starts jumping when he hears he starts jumping. Bro, that shit is not, bro, yo, it's not child's play, that thing, dog. No human being should ever go through that. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's facts. No human being should ever go through that.
No time to nurse emotions and affirmations. You had to be tough. You had to be strong. Whether you're going to end up being a doctor or a lawyer or a musician, every man had to go down the same path. Every man had to go to the military first for those 2 years, serve their duty to their country, and then they can go on with their lives. So when they came out,
we need a fact check, gang. We need a fact check.
Came out as men that could.
Okay, let's fact check this. Let's fact check this before she continues, because there's no way you could claim these things and then they never really happened. You understand? So let's fact check real quick. You feel what I'm saying? Were men going straight to military back in the day? I'm talking the 1900s. Alright, the 1900s. I think 1900s. In the early 1900s, men were not universally going straight into military. Okay, but we need, like, okay, let's not say 1900s. Let's say 1800s. What the fuck? 1800s. Let's see. Men generally did not go into military as a universal rule, though it became increasingly common toward the end of the century due to the rise of conscription in Europe. But that's European shit, gang. That's European shit, my sister. This is South Africa. Us, we were drinking. Us, we were drinking before everything. Before wars, we were drunk. I'm telling you, bro. South Africa, we were drunk before wars. How did you think that shit came about? African beer. You have to understand that we have to create our own beer to make sure that niggas get drunk. That's when you know that South Africa's corrupt, bro. Facts.
Beer in tough times, men that could endure, men that could lead, men that understood what they wanted and what they needed to do.
Not in
men
South
that
Africa.
are focused, men that have self-control, men that are not driven by pleasure. They are not constantly seeking pleasure and comfort because they know how to live without it. They know how to discipline their bodies. They've been deprived of it. That's why a lot of the older men are very tough and they're very headstrong and they're leaders.
I know
That's
what
why
she's talking
society
about,
has
bro.
managed to get this far because those
She's
were
not
the men
cooking,
that
I can't
were
lie.
leading society. Those are the men that were building the infrastructures, contributing to education, what children should learn, what should be happening in families, the justice system. Now fast forward to the 1950s up to now, 2026, and things are completely different. With contributing factors like feminism, patriarchy is holding on by a thread. It's almost non-existent. So if we're no longer living in patriarchy and we're now living in a matriarchy, it means that young boys are no longer prioritized. It means that the young girl now is the one that is prioritized. The young girl is the one that is invested in. The young girl is the one that is affirmed and respected. So the same way young girls and women were sort of pushed to the side back in the day when patriarchy was thriving, it's the same way now young boys are pushed to the side because matriarchy is thriving now. The young women are the ones that are pushed in the forefront. They're the ones that are affirmed that you can do this, you're the boss, babe. There's nothing you can't do. Go on and take over the world.
Facts.
And nobody really cares what the boy child is thinking. Nobody really cares if the boy child is surviving. Nobody cares to cater to the needs of the boy child. Nobody cares to understand what is necessary for the boy child to thrive in society.
I think in this instance, I'm not gonna lie, you're not cooking. I can't lie. Cause, bro, like, even if you're a king, bro, back in the day, if you were a king, nah, you'd see these on TV, by the way. If the nigga had a daughter, which would be like a princess, obviously the king is bro, he's gonna make sure to protect the princess at all time. You feel me? Make sure the princess, make sure that, you know what I'm saying? But if he has a son who is the heir of the thing, the son is meant to go outside and go, you understand, like, hey baba, yo, go into, you understand, training and shit like that. Like, bro, men, people gotta understand, bro, men are hardwired to, like, how do I explain this, bro? If you got a daughter, as a man, you are hardwired to make sure that your daughter is good. You feel me? You protect your daughter at all costs. If you have a son, but as a bro, even me, dog. Like, hey, Baba, when I got beat up when I was a kid, you go to your father, tell him, hey, Baba, they beat me up. Hey, Baba, they tell you, Baba, go back outside. Hey, go back outside. Who sent you there? Who sent you there? But if a girl gets beat up, they're like, oh my God, you got beat up? Hey, your father will be outside. Hey, who beat up my child? But us, Baba, nobody does that, bro. For bros, nobody does that. Because nobody gives a shit. When you're bro, nobody cares, bro. That's one thing I want to tell y'all niggas, bro. Nobody gives a shit when you are bro. This world is made for women, boy. Facts. This world was made for women. It was made for us to protect women, to make sure we get good things for women. Women have roads now to drive on. Women have cars now to drive in. Women are now. Women have so much right now that men have provided for long periods of time. You feel what I'm saying? So this world now revolves around women. It doesn't revolve around us. Us, we are the background workers. Women are on the forefront. That's facts, bro. We put women first. And that's the world.
It's sort of like, if you're not going to jump on this train, if you're not going to get on what is being done now, then that is your problem. You're going to be left behind. So if you want to thrive in the society, then you must align with feminine values. You must align with this new feminine way of living, with matriarchy. I don't really believe that the boy child was made to read books, study, pass, sit in an office in front of a computer and die. Society has changed in such a way that it doesn't need the boy child to be tough, doesn't need the boy child to go through tough, rough, harsh environments to build them up.
Mm-hmm.
Because what are you doing it for? There's no longer war. You
Facts.
no longer have to build buildings. A lot of buildings are built now.
Facts.
You no longer have to go into the field and plant food. You no longer have to slaughter cows.
Cows are still getting slaughtered, my sister. I don't know what you're talking about. Things are still getting slaughtered. When there's a funeral, who slaughters that cow? Are you slaughtering that cow? When there's a funeral, my sister, you know who slaughters. Malome is slaughtering the cow, bro. Like, niggas gotta understand, bro. When you go build a house, who are you calling? A female? You don't calling a female, but you calling a nigga, bro. So niggas still do like hard work. Niggas still do hard work. It's just less harder than back in the day. Just facts, bro. Give us some grace.
You buy it. You no longer have to be in the wilderness chasing wild animals, protecting sheep and goats. You no longer have to build anything with your own hands. You no longer have to be in environments with other boys and fight and prove that you're strong and be territorial and try to dominate. You no longer have to be in those spaces.
Facts. Why do we gotta be in those
spaces? Because society doesn't
spaces?
have a need for that anymore. We
Facts.
don't have environments where young boys can experience those things.
Yep.
And that's why they're weak. I saw a quote
Damn.
ago, and I was going to paraphrase, but it was basically saying that tough times create strong men, and weak men create tough times. Without tough times, men are never going to have a place in society. They're never going to have an opportunity to dominate. And if they're not dominating, they're going to be very discouraged, and it's going to make them even more weak, because you can't expect men to be competing with women. You can't expect men to be competing with women for degrees and jobs at an office
Hey, man.
where women have long nails and they are pressing computers.
Guys, what do women want? My sister, what do you want? If women were not given degrees, she would be screaming that, hey, but now what's going on? Women are not given degrees. Not that women are, bro, like, why can't you appreciate that at least? Like, females are being appreciated right now. You feel me? I feel like that should be like the whole, just, I don't even know what to say, bro. Like I'm confused as to what she's mad at. I'm confused as to what she's mad at, bro. So you don't want females to now have degrees, Kappa. You don't want bros to have degrees now. Bros can have degrees. If a female's competing with you, who cares, bro? It's life. Who cares? Who gives a shit?
Office, you can't expect
We're all human.
Women and men were never supposed to be competing for the same position.
It doesn't matter.
They were never supposed to be competing for the same place in society, for the same respect. They were never supposed to be competing for the same spotlight. It doesn't work that way. And a lot of the people who were making commentary on this topic were saying that young boys are not trying to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they not adapting? Times have changed. This is what we're doing now. They need to adapt. They can't, because this is not what helps them grow.
Okay.
Whatever is working for young women to grow and to be better and to thrive in society is not the same thing that works for young boys. Facts. So it's not necessarily that they don't want to. It's just that they're not wired to operate in that way. We're not speaking their language. We don't have spaces and environments that are built for them and the way that they are wired to thrive. So yes, adaptation is a thing. They need to adapt. All of us need to adapt because times are changing.
Okay.
We can't keep holding on to the past. But it doesn't change how you're wired. It doesn't mean that you're different. The times are different, but young boys are not different. The times are different, but young girls are not different. That's why we have young girls that are working in corporate offices, earning money, more money than men could ever imagine, but they're unhappy. They're still chasing marriage. They're still chasing wanting to have children. They're not satisfied with those positions because those positions are not necessarily made for them. Those are not places where women actually thrive. So we can change the times all we want, and we can tell people to adapt all we want. We can tell them it's the...
Y'all think she's cooking? Do y'all think she's cooking? I think it's not that deep, bro. Like, I feel like people deep life to a point where, like, bro, like, sharp on it. A lot of females who grind and, like, who are focused, like, bad, like, boss bitches, who are focused on corporate jobs and getting a job and making sure that feed the family and getting a raise. All of a sudden, she's a manager. All of a sudden, she's a CEO. Realistically, 9 times out of 10, she ain't got no kids. She doesn't have no kids. No marriage, you feel me? She still thinks she's young, so she's like, oh, when I hit 30, I'll get married. When she hits 30, she still hasn't, let's say she still reached her goals, but like she's like, oh shit, like a lot of men, that's another thing. A lot of bros, when they see females winning, they like, I don't know, bro, they feel threatened. You feel me? So that's another thing, bro. So it's not really the female's fault for her getting to her bag. It's the nigga's fault that he's not in his bag already. Facts. I'm not in my bag too, so.
Now we are progressing in society. Leave the past. It's fine. But it doesn't change who they are. It doesn't change how they are wired. They are still wired the same way as the first women that ever lived here on earth. It's even worse now that we're living in a digital age, so men do not even have to be anything, a fraction of what manhood has to be. Okay. Now you just need to learn how to talk. You need to learn how to...
Bro, she's wilding, bro.
Discuss whatever you want to discuss. These young boys do not care about anything other than making videos on social media.
I feel like she's attacking.
They all aspire to be YouTubers, streamers. They all aspire to be famous because they don't have to aspire to build buildings, lead the world, because the world has taught them that it's not necessary anymore. You don't have to care about the justice system. You don't have to care about water, food, electricity. You can just go and buy it. You don't have to care about contributing to real life society.
At least we don't have to. Do people understand, bro? Like, when you're a content creator, to some degree, you are doing justice to the society. You understand? Because at the end of the day, bro, like, she's acting like, but I feel like, bro, like, men are so, like, but Bruce, like, yo, nobody wants to give Bruce grace, bro. Genuinely. Like, nobody wants to give Bruce grace. Like, every time, females will always complain about men, bro. This is one thing I learned recently. Is females, at no given point will there be a time where females are like, you know what? Nah, men have done this for us and we are grateful. It's always, even if they say that, they're going to be like, men have done this for us, but, there'll always be a but. And this is an example, bro. Like, men will never be enough, bro. Whether we do good, whether we do bad, men will never be enough, bro. Especially for women. In this day and age.
What it is. You don't have to care about real life problems. All you need to do is think about what you want to say on social media. All you need to think about is fame and how many followers you have and how you can get more followers.
Are you not doing the same thing? Like, you see hypocrisy again.
And have a fancy life. The young boys that I know personally, they are not checking for school. They are not checking for a job.
Yo, who the fuck? Yo, gang. I'm not gonna lie. Let me tell you something. I think a lot of females, the biggest reason why they're not, like, at least a lot of females who are successful, I believe that females who are successful have put 100% into that craft. You understand? Even same thing with brews. Every brew who has done something that is monumental, he has put 100% into something. If you put 5% into, let's say you put 5% into content creation, and then you put 5% into school, you put 5% into that job, and then you put 5% into, no cap, my nigga, you are not gonna make it. Facts. You'll always be in the same place because you don't go 100%. You have to go 100%, bro. I'm not saying you should drop out of school now and start doing some crazy shit, no. But all I'm saying is, nigga, if you want something to some degree, you have to do it 100%. And I feel like kids are realizing that now, especially with brews. We're realizing that, bro, like the school route, the getting a job, getting this, do it, bro, that thing doesn't exist anymore, bro. That thing doesn't exist. South Africa, we don't have jobs, my sister. You want us to go to school to do what? To be broke after we finish? There's no jobs out here, bro. People are struggling. Therefore, if somebody wants to make their own living with, let's say, this person gets out of school. After he gets out of school, after matric, he starts a business, a car wash. You never know what that brew could be, bro. One day with that car wash, you feel me? That's what I'm saying, like, bro, like, things have changed, like, times have changed so much. I understand what she's saying, but she has to understand how with the environment that we live in, bro. And what is happening in our society as of right now. But I totally believe that if you want something, boy, you have to go 300%. It don't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It may take 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Maybe you may have to get a job. You may have to do this. You may have to do that. But, bro, if you have a goal in mind, dream in mind, you feel me? Don't let these girls make you feel bad for having goals and dreams, things that you want to attain in life. Don't make these girls make you feel bad, bro. Because she's the same person who'll judge you and the same person who'll drop a video tomorrow morning. You feel me? It is what it is, bro. Move on. It's life. Keep going, gang. Bro, shit.
Career. They want to be managers of artists, not managers of corporate buildings or in the government. No, they want to be managers of artists.
What do you want in the government? There's no space in the government, my sister. There's no space for youth. Hey, bro, people think there's space for youth. Who at 20 years works in the parliament? Name 5 people that work in the parliament at 20 years. What? The minister of youth is 50, my sister. There's no space for youth in the parliament, government, wherever. There's no space for youth, bro. Facts. That's facts, bro. There's no space for youth. Youth will always struggle as long as old people are still alive. Facts, bro.
Organize parties, yeah, let's organize this and sell tickets. They want to do merch, printing out t-shirts. That's what they want to do. They want to be YouTubers. They want to prank girls on social media, prank each other. Okay. Because they want the easy life. They want everything to be easy. They don't want tough things anymore.
Easy life. Have an easy life. Guys, I started this channel on 0 subscribers. Okay? I made another YouTube. Let me tell you, I made another YouTube channel on this phone just to be the first subscriber on my channel, gang. When I advertised this channel, when I advertised channel for the first time, nobody was looking at my shit. Facts. Nobody was looking at my shit, bro. Even the next day, nobody looked at my shit. The following day, nobody looked at my shit. Nobody gave a fuck. Because I wasn't posting content at the time. And number 2 is I wasn't trying to take it seriously. You feel what I'm saying? When I saw that nobody was following me, I wasn't posting. Facts. Because I didn't have a phone. I didn't have good equipment. I didn't even have like a laptop, bro. But now things are different. You feel me? Last year, I think, was it September, October? I'm not really too sure. It was either July, September, I'm not too sure. April, May, June, July, August. It was either August or September, dog, when I dropped my first video. You have. And that video, I dropped my first video, and no cap, bro. That was the first thing to do, starting. People think this, bro. It was, bro, getting to 200 subscribers, bro, it was not easy, gang. It was not easy, bro. Now, not getting to 200 subscribers is not easy. Imagine somebody who has attained, let's say, 200,000 subscribers. How difficult it is to get there. Bro, it is not, bro. Everything is a journey, bro. You feel me? Like, bro, when will niggas be appreciated? I just wonder, though, when will niggas be appreciated? Not to say we want to be appreciated or anything. I just want to know, like, when will niggas be appreciated, bro? Like, will females always judge us? If you smoke, they judge you. If you do this, they judge you. If you do that, they judge you. You shoot content, they judge you. You do this, bro, like, what should we do, bro? Genuinely. I'm confused. What do you want us to do, bro? You want us to go to school and be dead broke and live in kuku kahloma gona re tsamantse re hloma strateng re tsamantse re hloma re khabatheya.
They don't care about that because society doesn't even care. They don't want anything that's going to challenge them physically, mentally, emotionally. They don't care about that.
I disagree, bro. I think doing anything that's not of school, people think it's easy. You feel me? That's one thing I've realized, bro. People think everything you do something that's not school related, it's easy. Bro, it is not easy, bro. It is not easy to wake up in the morning and say I'm gonna drop a video even though you got 2 views yesterday and you still have the same rush that one day it's gonna happen. It is not easy, bro. It is not easy to wake up in the morning, look at your phone and you see like 2 likes on a TikTok video and you still say I'm still gonna drop 5 more today. That shit is not easy, bro. But we do it anyway. Because work ethic is everything, bro. A man's work ethic, without work ethic, you're nothing. I don't know who I was telling this to, bro, last time. I was like, yo, bro, like, with everything you do, if you consistently worry about the end goal, you will never build yourself up. Stop worrying about the end goal. Right now, focus on the growth. You feel what I'm saying? How many times are you posting? How many videos are you posting a day? What are you doing? What are you doing? If you're washing cars, let's say you're washing cars. How are you advertising your car shit? You feel me? Are you posting your shit on social media? Are you making sure that you reach out to people so that they can pull up to your car wash and do that? If you're doing a car meet, are you organizing the event to where you know that, okay, shop, like I'm organizing certain females or certain influencers to work for me for free and stuff? Like, bro, what are you doing to make sure to get to that end goal? It's what you're doing. It's not where you at, it's what you're doing. So I feel like every time you talk about things that are out of school, people think, boy, everything is easy, bro. It's easy. Doing a shisanyama is easy. It's easy to do a shisanyama. You gotta make sure your business is registered. You gotta make sure you attain customers. It's easy to make a chisanya. People think, it's okay though.
The young girls that I know, they're going to school.
Of course.
They're checking for jobs. They want to further their studies. They want to have their own things. The young boys that I know, one just finished matric and already is on social media saying, yeah, if she does this, she's for the streets. That's what he wants to do with his life.
I get her now. I get her. I'm not gonna lie.
Who's for the streets and she's not loyal. And what you need to do with a girl that does this. That's what they care about.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. That is brain rot content, even though I do it too. It is brain rot content, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I think a lot of content on social media is just brain rot, bro. Because it's what people want to see. You want to post something that people want to see, unfortunately. It is brain rot, though.
Young girls are affirmed. They are told that get a job, get an education, make something out of your life. And young boys are not affirmed. That's why they're doing whatever. So we can blame these young boys all we want and say they're not focused, they're not looking for the right things. They're not prioritizing the right things. They don't prioritize what matters in life. They're not trying to be real men. We can blame them all we want, but what kind of society are they in anyway? They're in a society that doesn't even care what they do. They're in a society that says, be like a woman or starve. Do what the women do or starve. The enemy has trapped them with things like porn. Porn is not a mistake. The fact that it's all over social media, the fact that it's so easily accessible is not a mistake. And the reason why they're addicted to those websites is not because they are lustful or they really, really care about that in general. It's because there's something missing. They're trying to fill a hole. They're trying to have some form of meaning in life because they know that outside, what are they doing? Who are they? They don't even have an identity. While young...
Wait, so like, you telling me that porn fills a hole? What hole does... Yo, pause. Yo, you know what? For me, like, she's talking.
Those are given identities. That you are a strong woman, you are great, you are beautiful. Young men don't even have an identity. They don't have affirmations. So they're glued on...
They don't have affirmations. Young men are glued on TikTok. Bro, let me tell you, bro. My sister, thing is, like, I think what I'm realizing is she's born in a different type of environment. You feel me? I think this is an environmental issue. It's not really like a men issue. It's the men that are around her who probably live cheese boy lifestyles. You feel me? These are cheese boys. She's talking about cheese boys. She's not talking about niggas in the hood who are struggling. She's not talking about that bro, dog. She's not talking about that bro that went to school and passed and then he's been applying to varsity and every varsity has been canceling him because of the school that he went to previously. She's not talking about that bro. She's not talking about that bro that lives in Mkuku who he has to provide for his little sister and his little his little brother. His very little kids. The parents are not around. The parents passed away when they were young. So this bro has to be a man to make sure that these kids eat. And now these kids cannot eat because... And now if he doesn't do something, these kids don't eat. So it's either he's gonna wash dikobo, he gotta embarrass himself a little bit just to make sure that the kids eat, or else those kids don't eat. If he doesn't do that, then he results to crime. And when he results to crime now, it's like people look at him like, oh my God, you a bad person. That person is not a bad person, bro. Just because somebody did a crime, that don't mean that that person's a bad person. You never know the motive behind people doing things. You feel me? So I think it's an environmental issue, bro. Like, even the way she's talking about, oh, these girls talking about, these bros talking about, oh, if a girl does this, she's in the streets. Bro, there are niggas in the Kasi who are struggling, bro. There are niggas who are genuinely struggling, like who can't eat. There are niggas who are struggling, boy. You can't even get a meal tonight. They waste their money on what's this? On drugs, on lean, smoking weed, just to make sure that there are niggas who are struggling, bro. You feel me? So this is an environmental issue, bro. I think, you see, she's around Senton boys, so it's different. As we around Kasi niggas, bro, we see these things. Kasi niggas who there are niggas who dropped out of school because they were doing some weird shit just to make money. Just to make sure that Gogo eats at home. Gogo doesn't have food in the fridge. That nigga, that pension money, Gogo's always drinking that pension money. Because Gogo's fucked up. Gogo has a lot of trauma. Gogo has a lot of pain. So she's consistently drinking. So this bro has to make sure that he gets a little bit of money to make sure that the crib is Shorty talking about niggas that are drinking this, doing this too. Bro, like, it's an environmental issue. Come to the Kasi, dog. Interview one of the bros. Nobody cares, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, women, bro, why are you judging us based off a couple of bros that you've seen so far? Why are you judging us? Bro, like, niggas don't understand. Content. People do content for fun. Therefore, if they want to talk about females, it's for fun. It's not like they looking at this shit as like, oh my God, this is real life. No, this is for fun. You feel me? But if it so happens it becomes real life, that's when you like, okay, cool, I need a shift now. You understand? But at the end of the day, bro, like, let's give niggas some grace, bro. For me, that's all I gotta say, at least.
It's because they're trying to fill a void. They're trying to find some form of purpose, some form of identity. Anytime someone struggles with porn or they struggle with lust, it's because something is missing inside of them. They're trying to fill a void.
Okay.
Why society can't make space for men and women at the same time? We always have to take turns. Back in the day, it was men. Now it's our turn. And then soon it will be men again.
Nah, I think soon it's going to be robots, bro. Chai. Hi. I think men's time is past. You see, now it's females' time. After females' time, it's the robots' time. And if robots want to take us out, it's chai, boy. I can't lie. You feel me? But I think right now it's AI time to take over, bro. AI, you're going to see, like, I feel like in years from now, they're going to prioritize AI's feelings. There's going to be a robot that has feelings, that talks about feelings. All of a sudden, Twitter is going to go crazy. Twitter's going to go crazy talking about, hey, AI feelings, your AI has feelings, yo, don't talk to AI like that, People gonna get cancelled for doing things like, you saw that speed when he was beating that robot, those clips are gonna, boy, I'm telling you, bro. When AI, bro, once they master AI is gonna be the one that's taking over. Now is women's time, then AI's time is coming, bro. And AI now, they're gonna give AI genders. They're gonna give AI genders. They're gonna get, bro, like, it's gonna, boy, life is gonna, boy, life is still gonna go up, bro. Like, hey, we haven't seen nothing. Boy, we haven't seen nothing.
Why can't we be affirmed together? Why can't they make space for us together? Because we are dangerous together. We'd rather be separated one at a time. When we are uplifting these ones, let's make sure that they are fighting.
Oh, and it is gay niggas too time. Yo, let's not forget the gay niggas. Gay niggas too. Shout out to all the gay niggas. Shout out to all the shout out to the LGBT. You feel me? This is gay niggas time, boy. This time is gay niggas time. If you say something about a gay nigga, you're cooked. If you say something crazy about a gay nigga, boy, you're cooked. They setting you to a pothole to hell, boy. They making sure they spam hate comments like this. Boy, you getting cancelled immediately. You see women and gay niggas now, those are like, I feel like gay people, women, let me say pride. People in pride who are associated with pride. Let me say that, yes. People who are associated with pride and females are prioritized. Facts. This is their time right now. But when AI pulls up, it's gonna be chai, bro.
Let's make sure that there's gender wars. Because once both men and women are uplifted, then people that run this world would never succeed in anything that they do. Because everyone is focused on what is going on. Why are certain things happening? Men are leading. They're going out and saying, what is wrong with society? What can we do to fix it? So they have to deal with us separately. They have to hold one up at the expense of the other. Because we are weaker when we are divided. So yes, the boy child is left behind because there's no real place for them in society. And yes, we can tell them to adapt all we want, but it will still never cover for the fact that their core needs are not met. So yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. To some degree, I do think she cooked, but to some degree, I don't think she cooked. You feel me? But it is what it is, bro. I feel like, bruh, I think, bro, men are, boy, it's chai. If you're a brew now, dog, like, if you're born a brew, just know that you'll be blamed for everything, bro. It's like, bro, like, you're gonna realize when you grow up that, dog, everything is our fault. You feel me? When there's no electricity, we are the men. When there's no buildings, we are the men. When there's no this, we are the men. When there's no that, we are the men. When females are having too many children, we are the men. When it's just men. It's just men, bro. When females are depressed, we are the men. When niggas, yo, it's just gonna be men. Until death, bro. We will be blamed until. Even when AI comes up now, it's a man's fault. You owe me? So, hey, shout out to y'all for watching, though. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. This was a very, very, very strong take. You feel me? Shout out to her, though. I like how intuitive she is, you know? Intuitive, you know? Like, she knows how to use her brain. Shout out to her for me. But like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all. No cap. 500 subscribers on the way.